So the time of year that all resellers have been looking forward to is finally here. Q4 officially started a few days ago. The holiday season is right around the corner. The gift giving and the shopping season has officially got underway. But I gotta say, this has not gotten off to a start that we expected. So here we are 6 days into Q4. It took us 4 days to get our first sale. This kind of comes as a surprise since we're just coming off our best month to date since we started back in April. There's definitely some things that we could have done better to prepare for this time of year. This is our first time going through this season. Again, we just started about 6 months ago. So we're going to talk about what we could have done better to prepare. I'm going to show you the orders that did sell in the last 2 days. And then I'm going to go over some tactics that we could have done better and some things that we're going to do moving forward to try to get our sales up and to turn this thing around for this month. So let's jump into these orders because it is already 3 o'clock. The post office closes here in about an hour and a half. So I got to get these things pulled. I got to get them shipped, put in boxes, and head out to the post office before they close. So let's go ahead and get this first order. All right, so the first thing we sold, I already pulled these orders because it would have took me forever to pull them on camera. This is the first one here. This one's a Mortal Kombat t-shirt. We got this thing at Savers maybe 2 months ago, so it took a while to sell. We paid, I think, $3 or $4. I can't imagine we paid any more than $3 or $4 for it. And it sold over on Mercari for $14 plus shipping. So we probably made $9 or $10 profit on this t-shirt. So that was the first sale of the month. So the next order actually came over from Poshmark. We had one Poshmark, one Mercari, and the other 3 came from eBay. But these were over on Poshmark. These are kids' Vans shoes. We got these actually for free. These were a free pickup that we did. And these sold over on Poshmark for, we had them listed for $15 and we took an offer of $13 for these shoes right here. All profit, again, we did get them for free. So it looks like we're going to make $10.05 profit after shipping these. And actually, we did get one Facebook Marketplace order and then the other 2 are from eBay. So this one right here, this one probably took the longest of all these items to sell. This is a Tweety Bird sweater. We got this at a yard sale. I think this is one of the first things we picked up when we first started hitting up garage sales. We got this thing for $1. We sold this thing over on Facebook Marketplace. So this sold for $27 plus shipping. So it looks like we're going to make a total of $25.10. Minus the $1 that we paid for it. So we're making about $24 on the sweater right here. So we'll go ahead and pull the other 2 eBay orders in a second. But first I wanted to talk a little more about what's going on here in Q4. So one of the biggest challenges that we had going into Q4 was actually having a pretty tight budget the last couple of months. So in the month of September, we had a pretty tight budget due to other stuff that we had going on. So I think we only hit yard sales probably every other weekend. And thrift stores, I think we only went once, maybe twice in the month of September. So it was a pretty difficult time as far as sourcing goes. So we're going to talk about what we could have done differently coming up here. But that is the first challenge that we faced. And I really don't shy away from talking about that kind of stuff because in reality, a lot of us do face that. I know we see on Instagram, social media and stuff like that. People are pulling out wads of money, going out sourcing to yard sales and stuff and just having this unlimited cash to pay for inventory. But the reality is when you're first starting out, you're trying to figure out your business, trying to figure out, how to set it up, how to run it, stuff like that. So in the beginning, you might not have that much cash to start with. So that is a reality that a lot of us face. So that is challenge number 1 that we had. And obviously that is something that we do have control of. So we can scale that up and do different things to kind of take control of that. But the second challenge, our hands are kind of tied. There's not much we can do about that. The second challenge was Facebook Marketplace and Craigslist, which is actually 2 of our best methods for sourcing free items. We actually made a video about that. If you want to check it out up here, go ahead and check it out after this video. But Facebook and Craigslist, it seems like these last couple of months have completely dried up with inventory. Because usually in the mornings when we get up, we browse on those websites, we find free items, we go pick them up, and then we sort through kind of what's worth listing and we'll throw that up on eBay. But it has completely dried up these last couple of months. There hasn't been anything on there worth picking up for us. So those are the challenges that we're trying to clear up. Hopefully moving forward, we can get these things situated. But we're gonna talk about some different tactics that we're gonna do moving forward to hopefully get these things turned around. All right, so the next order that we got is an eBay order. And I don't know where my head's at. We actually got 2 Poshmark orders, 1 Mercari order, the Facebook one, and then 1 eBay order, which is this one right here. We got this thing at a yard sale for $3, I think. I think we paid $3 for this. 2 of the cups that go on it, a blade, and a bunch of other things. We already sold some of that stuff off. We decided to part it all out. So this one is an eBay order. This one sold for $16.99 plus shipping. Again, we have $3 into it. We're already in the profit because we sold some of the cups that go on it. So $16.99 plus shipping. We're probably going to end up making 12 or 13 bucks profit on this one. And then the other Poshmark order were these right here. Again, another free pickup. I'm telling you, these free pickups have been golden for us. That's why I'm saying this Facebook and the Craigslist issue that we're having is impacting us a lot because we do a lot of free pickups. This one, again, on Poshmark, this one sold for $33 plus shipping. So we're going to end up making probably $29, $28 on this profit. So definitely not bad for a couple free pickups. So what we're going to do is get all these orders packed up and ready to ship. It's already 3:30, so we have an hour before the post office closes. While we do the packing on these items, I'm going to talk about what we could do better next time going into Q4 and just in general moving forward to set ourselves up better for the future. So let's go ahead and get these things together. I need to find some boxes to put all these things in and then get these things shipped out so we don't miss the cutoff time today. So for this first order here on the t-shirt, I just realized that we're out of envelopes. We have half an envelope left, which obviously it doesn't fit in here. So I'm going to have to swing by the dollar store and pick up some more of these on the way to the post office. But we're just going to go ahead and fold this up. We do have a lint roller. Where is this thing at? We do have a lint roller right up here. So we go ahead and, before we go ahead and ship these, we go ahead and hit this thing with the lint roller, get all that extra fuzzies and little stuff off of the shirt before we go ahead and pack it. So for this one, we got to go ahead and stop by the store and get an envelope. Same thing for these. All we're going to do is get a big one of these. These will just go ahead and slide into this. Obviously, they're not going to get damaged or anything. What we like to do too is get some packing paper. I think I have some over here. So I have some here. What we do is just cut some of this off. And then we just go ahead and do this. Stuff them in there. That way they don't fold or crease too much when we're shipping them. So we'll do that to both shoes and go ahead and throw them in one of these envelopes. So as far as these shoes go, we are going to put them in this priority box. This is a shoe box. So all we're going to do is throw them in here. It's not going to need much padding or anything like that. We'll go ahead and seal this thing up. These fit in here perfectly, so we'll just go ahead and put 1, 2 right inside here, and then go ahead and close this thing off. So these fit perfect inside the shoe box. So this one is good to go as soon as we seal that up. And then next we have this sweater here, and we actually just sold another item as we speak a couple seconds ago. So I'll go ahead and show you what that is over on eBay. But as far as this Tweety goes, we have this here. This is going priority mail as well. This is just going to go inside here. So let's go ahead and get that put into here. We'll go ahead and get our lint roller on this thing. And while we get this thing shipped up, we are going to talk about how to overcome the challenges that we were having. So as far as the whole budget issue and not having the budget that we wanted the last couple of months, I think going into Q4 in the future is just kind of maybe in the middle of summer, something like that. Start getting a separate budget to the side, kind of like a savings going into the month of October through December. That way we can have some money put aside specifically to go ahead and buy inventory at least enough to go ahead and list like 5 to 8 items per day. That's going to give us a nice cushion of listings, so we don't have to worry about if Facebook or Craigslist dries up again and worrying about not having inventory to list. So I think just having a budget set to the side to go ahead and pick things up is going to be key. And not just going into Q4, but also just, that's a good business plan just in general, is to go ahead and have a separate budget put aside just for sourcing. Because if you have everything just in one account, it is pretty easy to mix up that money and to go ahead and spend that on something else. So I think it's really key to have a budget put aside for sourcing. And number 2, I think really importantly, is to go ahead and go through some of your old listings, some stuff that you've been having up for a while that doesn't have too much traction on it, and go ahead and clean up the titles, clean up the pictures. If you have to take all the pictures down, man, I'm struggling on this thing. If you have to, maybe I'll get her to do it. She's a lot better at folding things up. I'm kind of just shoving it in here, but going through and cleaning up the titles, taking down the pictures, taking all new pictures of your inventory. One thing that I did notice is, yeah, I'm gonna give her this task. One thing that I did notice is having measurements in all your clothing, your shirts. You know, measure the sleeves, measure the length, the pit to pit measurements. A lot of people do ask questions about the measurements, so I think just taking those down, putting better quality pictures, titles, putting some keywords in there and kind of optimizing the listing before you go into Q4 is going to be a big key factor in getting those things moved. All right, so these orders are all packed up and ready to go. We have the blender in this one. We have those high heel shoes in the shoe box. This, again, we're gonna go get a padded envelope, as well as this one before we head to the post office. And then in here, we ended up going with the bigger envelope, but we got the Tweety Bird sweater put in here. And then we had one more order. We're probably not going to pull it today. We're not going to have time because it's already 4 o'clock and the post office closes at 4:30. But I'll go ahead and show you on the screen here. We went ahead and sold this one right here. This was a Goodwill pickup. I think we paid, do you remember how much we paid for that? It was probably like $4 or $5. This sold for $24.99 plus shipping. So we are gonna go ahead, and what it is a, come on, focus, a beading loom. We had no idea what it was, but we looked up comps when we were at Goodwill. We lowered the price over time. It's been listed for a couple months already, but that's what it looks like right there. So we're gonna head over to the post office, try to get there before this closes. When we get back, I'm gonna show you what I mean by cleaning up some listings. I'll show you a few examples on our listings that we can get cleaned up and hopefully get those things moved here in the next couple of days or so. So we'll go ahead and do that, and then we'll get this video wrapped up. All right, we got to get out of here. We literally have like 15-20 minutes. We still got to go to the dollar store. We got to get to the library to print a label, and then we have to get to the post office by 4:30, which it's already 4:09. So we have 20 minutes to get all this done. I don't know if we're gonna pull it off, but let's get on the road and see if we can make this happen. Here we are. First stop is the Dollar Tree. It took us 4 minutes to get here. We have 16 minutes to spare, so we're gonna run into here real quick, grab those envelopes and run out before they close the post office on us. Thank you. Oh, I don't need it. Thank you. Have a good one. Thanks. All right, that literally took us 45 seconds to get that onto the next stop. So there's the post office right there, but unfortunately we gotta pass it up. It's already 4:21. We have to go to the library and print one of these labels. Printer at home is not working, unfortunately, and on Facebook they don't provide the QR codes, so we got to pass up the post office. Luckily the library is right on the next corner over there, so we're gonna hit that up. 9 minutes to go. I don't know if we're gonna make this. It's gonna be really close, but let's go print this label and get to the post office. All right, here we are. Let's hope there's not a line or anything like that inside that's gonna back us up here. Let's go ahead and get in here. I already pre-sent the label. I sent it to their email, so hopefully that'll make things go a little quicker. Oh man, I forgot it's gonna run us 10 cents. Where is my little envelope here? Here it is. We have 10 cents in here somewhere. Let's see. 10 cents, 10 cents. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, we'll go ahead and take this in, get this thing locked up. Let's go get that label. How's it going? I wanted to print a label. I already sent it to the... Oh, you guys are fast. Have a good day. I don't know if you guys saw that, but pre-sending that label, I walked in and they already had it sitting on the counter. I do come here at least once a week because when I do sell on sites like Facebook or what's the other one? Bonanza. I do sell a few on Bonanza and then Depop, I believe. I do have to print the labels, and like I said, our printer at home is not working, so that was pretty fast. It's 4:24. I think we're gonna make it. It's right down the street here, but I still do have to go in. I still have to pack the shirt and the little van shoes inside these envelopes, and then I have to tape that label that I just got to that Tweety Bird thing. But as long as I make it in the doors by 4:30, we should be good to go. So I think we're gonna make it. We have 5 minutes to go, and the post office is literally right down there on the corner. All right, let's get these packages inside. So we have this label, these 2 envelopes. We got our bag full of, come on, our packages here. And I do need the tape. I hate being in a rush. And we do have our tape in here somewhere to go ahead and attach this label. Get these doors locked up. And let's get inside here. Let me just throw these in these envelopes and we'll be ready to go. Cool. Thank you. Thanks for being patient, man. Sorry about that. So we're headed back home now. We got those orders out the door. Hopefully I didn't mix any of the QR codes up because I was fumbling my phone trying to get these things done. So we'll find out in a couple of days once these people receive their orders. But let's head back home. We're gonna jump on the computer real quick. Again, I'm gonna show you some of the listings that we're gonna clean up. It's not gonna take us long. And then tonight we'll go ahead and do the rest of the listings and see if that can get some movement. But let's head back home first things first and get these things sorted out. Now here's an example of a listing that could be cleaned up a bit. We can mess with the title here. Obviously it has 0 views. We can probably lower the price a little bit. We have to go in and see what things are selling for. But you can see these pictures here are a bit dark. So we need to get more light on these and retake the pictures. Hopefully that'll help the listing out a bit. We could probably go down and add some more stuff to the description here, maybe throw some keywords in there or something like that. But we're gonna go through all of our listings and check the items that are similar to these as far as the pictures and the titles go and get those cleaned up. So that's just one example of the type of listings that I'm talking about. But we're gonna go ahead and wrap this video up outside. Let me know how your Q4 is going. Let me know in the comments if you have any tips for us. That'll definitely help anybody else out that is struggling as well. But thank you so much for watching this video. We'll catch you on the next one.